Let's do the hornet song first. Yeah, we don't do that right now. I'm sorry, I'm writing notes for you here. Okay. Okay, cool. So it's a lot more even than it was last time. And you kept the tempo steady here, so good job with that. I appreciated the accents in this last part. That was cool. One thing is the right hand is a little bit loud. I'm hearing a lot of this when I want to be hearing this. Right? That's kind of the melody. So keep your right hand a little bit softer, then you can bring out your left hand a little bit more. Okay? Another thing, you did speed that up, so thank you. It's still a little hesitating. It might help. I wasn't paying attention to your fingering too much at that spot, but are you doing 1, 2, 3, and 4? I think you're making it harder than it needs to be. Can we start right here, please? Can you play these legato? Yeah. Totally off. Then. Cool. So this part, make sure you get this rest, right? And there's a dramatic rest. We have a fermata on it. So we just had everyone's like, what happened? Where'd it go? And then you come in. And really give me a lot on this one. Go deep into the keys. We have this little triangle like that. That's called a marcato. And it's like an extra accent. Oh. It's like another kind of accent, but it's a little bit deeper. It means marked in Italian, is the word for it. Okay. Good. What does this mean on audible? Oh, do you have any guesses?
Like a bit faster, I'm guessing.
Right. What does this word look like to you? Like an English word?
Like animation-ish?
Yeah, animated. So animated means like more energetic, right? So this part is even more than what this was. So this part's like, we just had. Then it goes. And then rest. So this is like, so this is called the Mad Hornet, right? So you can definitely hear like, these are like hornets flying, and this is someone's like, ah, like, ah. So if they go, I really want to hear that. And then, bum, 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 which you did well on that. So just a little bit more focus on the details. You know what the details are, and you're doing them, but I could get a little bit more. So like more accent, more staccato, right? More focus on the rests. So all the little stuff is just kind of tweaking it. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Cool. How's memorizing?
Yeah, I think I've gotten memories. I just have trouble with the or was it somewhere around here? It's like around these parts.
Okay, maybe this part.
No, it was this one.
Okay. Well, let's have it memorized next week. So I'm just gonna say details. For this part, more left hand. This is like the melody here. So. And this needs to go a little bit faster. Other than that, I like it. It's a fun little piece. Be dramatic with your fermatas too. Right. What does a fermata mean?
A bit louder.
No, this little sign here, it means you hold it.
Oh.
So you hold it out for as long as you like, basically. It doesn't have to follow a set rhythm. So it's kind of a dramatic thing, like you get to choose it. So don't be afraid of that. Like take advantage of it, especially here. You've just had a whole bunch of like little runny notes, right? And then all of a sudden we have a big chord, so we go, and then things just going up, bum, 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 and then you hold this. So it's kind of like if we heard a bunch of crazy hornets flying around, and then like they kind of like maybe it disappears, and then it's like quiet all of a sudden. And you're like, oh, maybe we're safe. And then we get this part, and it's like, oh, we're not. You gonna get that?
Yeah.
Okay. But let's go ahead and do Hannon, please.
Okay. Wait, I was confused. Did they start right here? The
Yeah,
left hand?
it starts on
Okay,
the
I
left
was a
side.
little confused. I did that. Okay.
They're both in C. Yeah.
There.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. A very high active lot better. Pretend there's like a rubber band that's attached to your finger that's like tight on the floor.
Okay.
And so when you go up, you have to kind of stretch to get up, and then it'll like snap back down. Relax it a little bit to make it each finger individually, as opposed to them all being kind of intense. We're gonna do it in like super slow motion.
Okay.
So you do one finger, and then your hand goes back to relax. And then you do the next part, and then relax, and then relax your hand. Your other fingers don't look relaxed. So the only time that it's not relaxed is that when that one finger goes up and then it goes back. Does that make sense? That's better.
I'm not sure if I'm getting it high enough.
But as much as you can, try to isolate your fingers. That'll look good. Like up, down, stretch, up. Good. Yeah.
I'm trying to learn how to like relax my other hands, my other fingers.
It takes work, but that's the idea. Yeah, I mean I know I've said this before, but Hanon is like our workout, right?
Yeah.
So we have to put in, you know, a lot of effort.
Yeah.
That sounded good. Same thing with left hand, please.
Okay.
Very high fingers. Keep them curved. Actually working better with that, which is interesting because are you left-handed?
I'm left-handed.
Oh, okay, maybe that helps. Cool. I especially like your third finger looks really good. Sometimes your second finger goes like that. So just keep an eye on
I can feel it on
that.
my fours. My fours do that.
Yeah. And that's natural. It's just because 4 is the weakest finger, so it's gonna take the most work.
Yeah.
To 4 and 5.
Before I do this,
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Okay, good. That's a good observation then. So when you feel it, just, you know, reinforce.
And I try to correct
Fix it. Yep.
I try to correct it.
Awesome. Okay. Good job. That was great spelling. Okay. But we have another trick where you don't even have to know what the letters are. So if we have here to here, you know what notes those are, right? What notes are these? Are these close together or far apart?
Close.
They're close. They're just one little step. Right? They're right next to each other. So this is what we call a step.
Step.
How about if it goes like this?
Me step.
Right? You're a little high there.
Step.
So this is a step, and this is what we call a skip.
It.
Because it skips this note in the middle, right? If we go, what note do we skip over?
Fa, mi.
Yep, so there's a one in the middle.
And do, re.
Would do, re be a step or a skip?
Skip.
A skip? What note do we skip in here?
Step.
It's a step, right. We're not skipping any note in the middle. So, an easy way to know if it's a skip is if it goes from a line to a line. Right? Because then we have that one in the middle that it skips. Or if it goes from a space to a space. How would that be?
Space to a space.
So what notes are these?
It. It.
Skip.
Skip.
Yeah.
Step.
So a step is a little teensy tiny step. They're just right next to each other. And a skip is if it's a little bit of a jump. It skips one in the middle.
This.
So like, exactly, that would be a skip.
Like this.
That's like a giant skip. We're just looking at little tiny skips. Cool. So, what would fa la be? Step or a skip?
Fa, la.
Fa la. If you played fa la,
Skip.
it's a skip. How about re fa?
Fa. Re, fa.
Would that be a step or a skip?
Skip.
Skip. Good. How about do re? A step. Right. It's a little tiny step. Cool. So I want to do an experiment right now. And we're going to try to just hear the difference between steps and skips. So for example, just staring at the camera. It's just there. Just don't mind it. Okay, so I want you to not look at my hands. Look over there. Don't cheat. So tell me if this sounds like it's a step or a skip.
Step.
Step, good. How about this? A skip, yeah. That's going from so that would be a skip. Good. How about this one? Skip is right. Good. How about this?
Do, re.
So which one's that? Step, right, because it's a little tiny step. Let's do a couple more. How about, I'm trying low note. Step, How about this one? What do you think? Yeah, skip. Good. You're doing really good hearing the difference. Okay. So we have a couple other words for what a step and a skip are. I'm gonna write this in your book too. So the distance between two notes, so any two notes on the whole piano, like here to here, or here to here, here to here, is called an interval. Can you say interval?
Interval.
So an interval is how far apart two notes are. It's just the word for that. So if we start, yeah, if we start on C, this will count as 1 down. So this is 1. Here to here would be a second. 1, 2. This is 2. What do you think this would be?
Step.
So think of the numbers now. This is 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So a second is a step if they're right next to each other. So here to here is a second. Because this would be number 1, this is number 2. That make sense? How about can you play sol la?
Sola.
Can you play it somewhere on the keyboard?
Sola. Sola.
So sol la is a second, an interval of a second. This would be 1, 2. So how about sol ti?
So T.
Can you play that?
So T.
If we go sol, the most T. Right here, yeah. So this is a step or a skip. Skip, yeah. And this is also called a third. This has 1, 2, 3, third. That wouldn't be a third. There's too many notes, too far apart there. How about let's figure out what that would be called. If this is 1, how many notes are there apart?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Exactly. This would be called a fifth, because there's 5 notes.
This.
What would that be?
6.
Yeah, exactly. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if we go up here, it'd be a,
7.
yeah?
8.
And once we get to 8, that has a special word.
9.
That's a little bit more than 9. Alright, but for right now, it's a whole lot. I only want to worry about seconds
Second.
and third.
And third. And
So,
fourth.
a second is the same as a step. A third is the same as a skip.
Skip. Skip.
Yep. So, if we start, let's start on do. Play do. Now play a third up. A skip up. Yeah, exactly. So, do. Yep, that would be a third. Okay, so we're going to do a couple more examples of that. How about if you go from fa, what would a second up be? Yep, exactly. Just one little step is a second. Okay, so I'm going to play some more notes, and this time I want you to tell me if it's a second or a third. Okay, so it's the same thing as step and skip, but now they're called seconds and thirds.
Second and third.
All right, ready? No peeking, no cheating. I see you. Okay, what would this be? Do I hear it again? Is that second or third? You think it's a third? Oh, it's actually a second. It's a step. A third would be like this. Just a tiny step. Alright, let's try again. Stop erasing my words. I worked hard on those. Okay, how about this? Is that a step or a skip? Can you say it? Third, right. It'd be a third or a skip, exactly. How about we switch? How about you play some and I'll guess what they are.
No peeking.
No peeking. Okay, I'll look over here. Play either a step or a skip, a second or a third. Can you play them one after each other? I think that's a second. Am I right? Yay! Okay, let's do a different one. I'm waiting. Can you play one and then the other? So don't play them together. Now you're just playing random notes. Is it a step? Is it a second?
No.
No? I got it wrong. Oh, it was a skip. Oh, okay, try again. We just climb up in triads.
Right.
So if we would there. Is that major or minor?
Major.
And then how about the D? Minor.
Minor.
Yeah, the minor. Because major would have an F sharp, right? How about E? Minor. And then major.
Major.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Minor.
And this one's a little funky.
I think it's
Yeah.
still major, right?
Major would be like this. So, yeah. So it's actually something that's called diminished. So it's even smaller than minor. Minor has the third go down, right? The third of the chord. So a B chord normally has B, D sharp, F sharp. So what would a B minor chord be if you lowered the third? So we have B, D sharp, F sharp. So lowering. So if we lowered the middle note, B, D, F. Right, so that would be minor.
Yeah.
If we're playing this chord in C, we have a B, D natural, F natural. So that's called diminished. It makes it small. I don't know if you guys have to know that, but
Okay.
okay, and then we're back to major. Cool. So what is this called? The note that we start on. Starts with a T. Like a gin and tonic.
Okay.
Okay, so one is called the tonic, where we start.
That's so simple.
Yeah.
That one,
Yeah. Gin and tonic. Okay. That's neat. Yeah.
It's like I know a bunch of like super nerdy like musician jokes or whatever. It was like musician walks into a bar and says, "I'll have a gin and tonic, hold the tonic." Funny because it's tonic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned subdominant. What does that mean? Which one is that? It's the F.
And then dominant will be your G.
Right. So 4 is the subdominant. Sorry, dom. And this one is the dominant. Cool. Why is that important to know, do you think? Do you have any guesses?
Problem is, it's just like I don't know significance, just because like she starts mentioning like combinations and like, oh, if you go up to the 7, change up the tone or whatever, and I'm just like, oh no, I don't know what theory. Yeah. Like all I know is in the book. That's exactly how it looks like.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grace is on a different level than us.
I know.
She's just thinking in different planes.
Yeah.
So basically, 1, 4, 5 are super common chords to be writing like 90% of music. Even like Chopin and stuff use the basic building of these chords in like all of Western music is basically based around that. So that's why it's good to know. Okay, cool. So let's talk about inversions then. So I'll write this down here, I guess. So if we have a C triad, C, E, G, right, that's just root position. C is the root, it's on the bottom. So if you take these notes, these same notes, and just put them in a different order, so if we have E, G, C, this is an inversion, right? So this would be the first inversion. So what would this second inversion be? What note would be at the bottom?
G.
Uh-huh. So G,
C, E.
yep, exactly. Can you have a third inversion?
Just goes back to
Right, then you're just back on the root where we were before.
just not
Mm-hmm. Do you know when we can have a third inversion? What kind of chord you can?
Not sure.
So when you have a seventh chord, how many notes are in a seventh chord? Yeah, so if you do the
Seven has 4, right?
So if you play a G7 chord, what notes are in that? Yeah, I'll write it down. So we have G, B, D is like the triad, right? What's the seventh?
So I'm sorry, you're asking from a G like major?
Yeah, so if we have like a 5/7, if we're in the key of C,
Right.
we have the dominant 7, right? That's a really common chord. So that means it's going to be a G triad with the 7th on top. So what's, if you start in G, an 8th, an octave would be up G,
Right.
up to the next G. So what would the 7th be?
Oh, sharp.
F natural. So then we have an F natural on top. This would be the dominant 7 in C.
Oh, I see.
And then you
Does
can
that make
have
sense?
another inversion.
Right, so then this would be root position. So what would first inversion be? So we have G, B, D, F. First inversion would be starting on,
B, D, F, G.
yeah, B, D, F, G.
D, F, G, D.
Yep. D, F, G, B.
F,
And then we have another one. Yep.
and then it goes back to
Uh-huh. So in this case, we have root position, first inversion, second inversion, and then third inversion, because we have more notes to work with here. Does that make sense?
She had mentioned like 6/4, and like we have to know like what it was called 6/4, what it was called like 4.
Yeah, so that's just what kind of note is on the bottom. So first inversion is let me see if I can write this. I'll do it up here, I guess. Let me rewrite these chords out. I feel like it would be too short. So I'm just writing out the same inversions we did here. Okay, so this is root position, first inversion, second inversion. For the numbers, it's called figured bass. It just tells you which note is on the bottom. So it tells you exactly the same thing as what first inversion does, but this is going to have a 6, this is going to have a 6, 4. There are definitely reasons why that is, but it's like complicated. So it's easier just to accept it.
The first inversion's always a 6, second inversion always a 6, 4.
Mhm.
Okay.
So for this one, if we have a 5, 7, that just means it's root position.
Oh, it makes sense.
This would be 6, 5 is first inversion. This would be 4, 3.
So that's what she means. Yeah, now that makes sense.
And this would be 2.
Because she throw out like out of 5th, what are the inversions? And I'd be like, and she goes like a 6 and a 1. Yeah, it makes sense.
Or like that.
It's like that meme with the dog that's like doing science. Yeah, so this just means these are just a different way of presenting first, second, third inversions.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I actually wanted us to know the 6 and the 6, 4.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember which one
Take
was
a
which.
picture.
Yeah, for sure.